Have you noticed feeling more tired lately? Maybe it's that mid-afternoon crash, the lack of motivation to go for a walk, or the muscle weakness that seems to show up for no reason. If you're over 60, you're not alone. Many seniors struggle with fatigue, foggy thinking, or just feeling off, even though they're eating well and taking their daily supplements. But what if I told you that two common healthy supplements, yes, ones that are often recommended for energy and vitality, might actually be doing the opposite? That's right. In today's video, we're going to uncover two popular supplements that may be secretly draining your energy after age 60. And not just that, we'll also go over 6 surprising food and lifestyle habits that can make the problem worse. Habits that are often seen as harmless or even healthy. Whether it's a mid-morning granola bar, a low-fat yogurt for lunch, or a multivitamin packed with everything under the sun, some of the very things you're relying on to stay strong and independent may be quietly robbing you of your strength. You might be thinking, but I thought these were good for me. We get it. That's why we're here, to clear up the confusion with science-based advice delivered in plain English. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of why energy levels drop after 60, which two supplements to take with caution, what common habits may be doing more harm than good, and what you can start doing today to get your energy back. So if you or someone you love is over 60 and struggling with low energy, muscle fatigue, or mental fog, stay tuned. This video could make a real difference in your daily life, and possibly even your long-term independence. Let's start with the first major mistake many seniors make: taking a well-known supplement that used to help, but now may be hurting. Let's talk about one of the most common supplements taken by older adults, especially those trying to combat fatigue, poor circulation, or anemia. We're talking about iron. Iron is essential. Your body needs it to make hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen. But here's the problem. After age 60, your iron needs change, and what was once helpful can quietly become harmful. So how does iron drain your energy? Most people assume low iron causes fatigue. That's true, if you're truly deficient, but many seniors are not deficient and still take iron supplements daily. And that's where the trouble begins. When there's too much iron in your system, a condition called iron overload, it doesn't just get flushed out. Your body stores the excess in organs like your liver, heart, and pancreas, creating inflammation and oxidative stress. This silent buildup can cause constant fatigue, muscle weakness, joint pain, brain fog, digestive issues, and even increased risk of chronic diseases. And here's the kicker. Excess iron actually feeds free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells. This means your mitochondria, the energy-producing parts of your cells, begin to malfunction. And that's exactly what leads to the kind of tiredness that no nap or cup of coffee can fix. Scientific insight. According to a 2020 review published in Aging and Disease, iron overload in older adults is associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease, reduced mitochondrial function, impaired muscle performance, and higher fatigue scores on geriatric assessments. So ironically, the supplement you're taking to feel stronger may be making you feel weaker. Common mistake. Many seniors take multivitamins or iron-rich tonics without knowing their current iron levels. Others continue taking prescription iron even after levels have normalized. If you're not regularly losing blood, like through menstruation, which obviously stops with age, your iron needs are much lower. And if you're eating iron-rich foods, like red meat, fortified cereals, or spinach, you may already be getting enough. Case in point, meet George, 68. He started taking an iron supplement a few years ago when he felt sluggish. No blood work, just a guess. After a year of feeling even more tired, he finally got tested. His ferritin levels were sky high. His doctor told him to stop taking iron immediately. Within 3 weeks of quitting, George noticed less muscle soreness, more steady energy, better sleep, clearer thinking, all because he cut out the supplement he thought was helping. What to do instead? Get tested first. Ask your doctor for a full iron panel, especially serum ferritin. Avoid multivitamins with iron unless prescribed. Focus on natural iron regulation through a balanced diet, not pills. If you truly need iron, take it under medical supervision and never indefinitely. Next up, we'll explore a daily habit many older adults think is healthy, but it's actually setting the stage for low blood sugar, brain fog, and sluggish mornings. Let's move on to energy-draining habit number 1, skipping breakfast, the most overlooked meal of the day, especially among seniors. You might skip it because you're not hungry in the morning, or maybe you're trying to lose a few pounds, or you've heard about fasting trends and think they might help your metabolism. But here's the reality. Skipping breakfast after age 60 can be one of the fastest ways to drain your energy, both mentally and physically. Why is breakfast so important for older adults? As we age, our blood sugar regulation becomes more sensitive. Our muscles lose mass, and our ability to store and release energy from food weakens. When you skip breakfast, your body has no fuel to stabilize your blood sugar. Your brain runs on empty. You feel lightheaded, sluggish, irritable, and mentally foggy by mid-morning. And your muscles? They don't get the amino acids and nutrients they need to stay strong. The cortisol roller coaster. Skipping breakfast also spikes your cortisol, the stress hormone. Instead of easing into the day with steady energy, your body shifts into stress mode. Cortisol raises blood sugar, but not in a good way. You might feel a short burst of alertness, followed by a crash, fatigue, and cravings for sugary snacks later. This daily up and down drains your reserves, taxes your adrenal system, and leads to that tired but wired feeling that many older adults describe. Common breakfast mistakes. Some seniors think they're doing it right by grabbing a cup of coffee and a piece of toast, but caffeine alone isn't fuel. It's a stimulant, and simple carbs burn fast, leaving you empty again by 10 a.m. Others might say, "I'm not hungry," but that's often a sign of slow digestion or poor hormonal signaling, not that your body doesn't need nourishment. Energizing alternatives. You don't need a huge meal, just the right balance of protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs. Try a boiled egg with half an avocado on whole grain toast, Greek yogurt with chia seeds and berries, a small bowl of oatmeal with walnuts and cinnamon, a protein smoothie with unsweetened almond milk, spinach, and a tablespoon of nut butter. These options stabilize blood sugar, feed your muscles, and set the tone for the day. What seniors say, "I never realized how bad I felt until I started eating breakfast again." That's a quote we've heard more than once. The simple act of fueling your body in the morning, even modestly, can restore mental clarity, reduce naps, and support better muscle retention throughout the day. In the next chapter, we'll look at another habit that sneaks into even the most health-conscious homes, one that looks healthy on the label, but sets you up for a midday crash. Let's talk about energy-draining habit. Number 2, relying on healthy, sweet snacks. Let's talk about snacks. You're between meals, starting to feel a little hungry or tired, and you reach for something that seems healthy. Maybe it's a granola bar, a cup of low-fat fruit yogurt, a handful of dried fruit, or even a fruit smoothie from the store labeled all natural. They look innocent. They even say things like heart healthy, low fat, or packed with energy right on the label. But for older adults, especially those over 60, these so-called healthy snacks may be silently working against you. The hidden sugar trap. Here's the problem. Most of these snacks are loaded with added sugars and simple carbohydrates, even the ones labeled low-fat or natural. For example, a healthy granola bar can have as much sugar as a candy bar. Low-fat fruit yogurts often contain 15 to 20 grams of sugar per serving bottled smoothies. Some have more sugar than a can of soda. This sudden influx of sugar causes your blood glucose to spike, giving you that short burst of energy. But what comes next? A sharp crash, and with it, you feel more tired than before. What happens? During a sugar crash, when your blood sugar falls rapidly after a spike, your body responds with fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, cravings for even more sugar, and in some cases, shakiness or dizziness. For seniors, this roller coaster effect can be more intense, since the body's insulin sensitivity and energy regulation tend to decline with age. Over time, these crashes can wear you down, mentally and physically. Why low fat often means high sugar food. Manufacturers often remove fat to make a product seem healthier, but then they add sugar or starch to compensate for flavor and texture. So while the label might say only 90 calories or low fat, your energy system gets hit hard by the sugar spike crash cycle. Fat doesn't make you tired, sugar does, especially when it's disguised. Real-world example. Margaret, 72, thought she was doing everything right. She replaced cookies with granola bars and ice cream with frozen yogurt, but she still felt exhausted by 2 p.m. every day. Her doctor reviewed her food journal and pointed out the hidden sugars. Margaret switched to nuts, boiled eggs, and plain Greek yogurt with berries, and within a week, her energy came back. No more afternoon naps. Smarter snack options. To keep energy stable, look for snacks that contain protein, like nuts, seeds, eggs, healthy fats, avocado, nut butter, fiber, vegetables, chia pudding, minimal added sugars. Try these instead: celery with almond butter, plain Greek yogurt with cinnamon, a handful of walnuts and half a banana, hummus with sliced cucumbers. These give your body slow-burning energy, helping you feel clear, steady, and strong throughout the day. Up next, we'll explore something that's in nearly every kitchen. And while it adds flavor, it may also be silently draining your energy and dehydrating your muscles. Let's move to energy-draining habit number 3, eating too much salt. Salt makes everything taste better. No doubt about it. But as we age, the line between flavor enhancer and health risk gets thinner. You might not think of salt as an energy drainer, but too much of it can silently sap your strength, exhaust your muscles, and leave you feeling bloated, heavy, and sluggish, especially after 60. How salt affects seniors differently. As we grow older, our kidneys become less efficient at filtering sodium. This means that the more salt you eat, the harder your body has to work to maintain fluid balance. What happens when there's too much sodium in your system? Your body retains extra water to dilute it. That leads to bloating and swelling, especially in the legs and feet. Your blood pressure rises, which reduces blood flow to muscles, and over time, this contributes to muscle fatigue, tiredness, and even heart strain. Hidden effect: dehydration. Salt also draws water out of your cells, and when your muscles and brain are even slightly dehydrated, energy production drops. This can cause headaches, muscle cramps, low motivation, brain fog, and feelings of heaviness in the body. Many seniors blame aging for these symptoms, but in reality, daily salt habits may be to blame, where the salt hides. Even if you don't add salt from a shaker, you might be getting way more than your body needs. Here are some sneaky sodium sources: canned soups, salad dressings and sauces, deli meats and cheeses, pickles and olives, frozen meals, snack crackers and pretzels, low-fat packaged foods, often high in sodium for flavor. Some canned soups, for example, have over 900 milligrams of sodium per serving, and most people eat the whole can. A quick story: Helen, 74, was always careful about her sugar, but she felt exhausted and puffy most mornings. Her ankles swelled, and walking up the stairs took real effort. After tracking her meals, her doctor noticed she was eating over 3,000 milligrams of sodium daily, mostly from soup, bread, and salad dressing. Helen switched to low-sodium versions, added potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes and spinach, and began flavoring with herbs and lemon juice instead of salt. Within 2 weeks, her swelling decreased, her legs felt lighter, and her energy improved noticeably. What you can do: read labels carefully, aim for less than 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day. Use fresh or frozen vegetables instead of canned flavor food with garlic, lemon juice, vinegar, fresh herbs, parsley, basil, dill, salt-free seasoning, blends. Stay hydrated. Drink water regularly to support sodium balance. In the next chapter, we'll revisit supplements, and this one might surprise you even more. It's widely praised, especially for bone health, But in high doses or without supervision, it could quietly be draining your energy and hurting your muscles. Now let's talk about a supplement that many seniors take every single day, often with the best intentions. It's praised for supporting bones, immunity, and mood. We're talking about vitamin D. Yes, vitamin D, it's essential. Most older adults do need more of it, but too much of a good thing can quietly turn into a bad thing. And in this case, it may be one of the least suspected causes of fatigue, muscle pain, weakness, poor coordination, and even dangerous calcium buildup in the body. Why vitamin D can backfire. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, which is great for bones. But when you take too much, especially without monitoring your blood levels, it can lead to hypercalcemia. That's a condition where calcium builds up in your blood and tissues instead of going into the bones. This can cause nausea, confusion, muscle cramps, excessive thirst, constipation, weakness in the arms and legs, and in serious cases, kidney damage. It's not just about how much vitamin D you take, it's about how it affects your body's calcium regulation. Real risk for seniors. Seniors are more sensitive to vitamin D overdose for several reasons. Slower metabolism, supplements stay in the body longer, reduced kidney function, can't clear excess calcium efficiently, multiple medications, which can interact with vitamin D. Many over-the-counter supplements contain 1,000 to 5,000 IU per pill. Some seniors take multiple pills daily or combine them with fortified foods and multivitamins without realizing they're overdosing. The recommended daily intake for adults over 70 is usually around 800 IU, unless a doctor prescribes otherwise. Research says a 2022 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that seniors who regularly took high-dose vitamin D without supervision were at a significantly higher risk of falls, weakness, and kidney strain. Too much vitamin D disrupts muscle contraction by altering calcium balance, which in turn lowers energy and affects stability. So instead of feeling strong and supported, you may feel tired, stiff, or even dizzy, and not know why. A personal example. Frank, 70, started taking 5,000 IU of vitamin D daily after reading it could boost immunity. After 6 months, he felt more tired, had cramps in his legs at night, and started experiencing balance issues. Blood tests revealed elevated calcium and vitamin D levels. His doctor reduced his dose to 1,000 IU and recommended getting sunlight and dietary sources as primary support. Within weeks, Frank felt sharper, more stable on his feet, and finally had consistent energy throughout the day. What you can do: don't self-dose high amounts. Always talk to your doctor. Get your vitamin D and calcium levels tested regularly, especially if you're over 60. Aim for moderate supplementation unless deficient. Choose natural sources too. Sunlight, 15 minutes a day. Salmon, sardines, eggs, fortified plant milks or cereals. Combine vitamin D with vitamin K2 to help direct calcium into bones, not soft tissue. Next, we'll look at some seemingly clean and light foods that are marketed as healthy, but they may be quietly stealing your energy, slowing digestion, and offering almost no real nourishment. By now, you've seen how certain supplements and habits, even when they seem healthy, can quietly drain your energy. But the surprises don't stop there. Let's talk about 3 more foods that are marketed as light, clean, or nutritious, but can leave you feeling tired, bloated, foggy, or weak after 60. 1. Fruit smoothies. Store-bought. They look colorful and fresh. They often say things like immune boosting, antioxidant rich, or 100% natural. But here's what's hiding inside: 40 to 60 grams of sugar per bottle, almost zero fiber, and a total absence of protein or fat, which are essential for long-lasting energy. That massive sugar spike might feel like a boost, but within an hour it leads to energy crash, mental fog, fatigue cravings, and unstable blood sugar, which is especially risky for seniors. Instead, try a homemade smoothie with half a banana, a handful of spinach, unsweetened almond milk, a scoop of protein powder or plain Greek yogurt, a spoonful of chia or flax seeds. Balanced, fiber-rich, and made to support real energy, not sabotage it. Second, store-bought protein shakes. Protein shakes are often marketed to older adults as a convenient way to maintain muscle. And yes, protein is essential after 60, but many store-bought options are packed with added sugar, artificial sweeteners, low-quality protein isolates, and unnecessary fillers or thickeners. What happens when you drink these? Sugar spikes equals energy, crashes, artificial ingredients equals bloating and fatigue. Low nutrient density equals no real support for your muscles. If you're relying on these shakes every day and still feeling tired, they may be part of the problem. Instead, choose unsweetened or clean label protein powders, blend with real whole foods, or stick to solid protein sources like eggs, beans, or soft chicken. 3. Low-fat, packaged meals. Many seniors choose low-fat frozen dinners or packaged meals because they seem like a healthy choice. But here's the reality. When fat is removed, flavor has to come from somewhere. And that usually means added sugar sodium starch thickeners, chemical flavor enhancers. These meals often leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, mentally dull, and strangely hungry again. An hour later, healthy fat is not the enemy, especially not after 60. Your body needs fat to absorb vitamins, protect your brain, and maintain energy. So instead of low fat, aim for well-balanced. Try homemade soups with olive oil, steamed veggies with grass-fed butter, wild rice with avocado and beans, grilled salmon with a drizzle of lemon and tahini. These meals nourish your muscles, brain, and energy, not just your stomach. Why these foods fool us? Packaging and advertising often use health buzzwords: light, slim, fit, energy boost, but they're designed for shelf appeal, not senior health. And when your body is more sensitive to blood sugar, sodium, and nutrient density, these tricks can wear you down faster than you think. Coming up next, we'll wrap things up with a recap of what we've learned and a simple checklist to help you restore your energy naturally, day by day. Let's move to final advice and what to do instead. If you've made it this far, you've learned that not all healthy choices are created equal, especially after 60. Some supplements, some snacks, and some habits that are marketed as beneficial can quietly drain your strength day by day. But the good news is you can take back control. And often it starts with small changes that restore balance, energy, and clarity. Let's recap. Here's what we uncovered today. Supplement number 1, iron. Necessary in some cases, but dangerous in excess. May lead to oxidative stress, fatigue, and inflammation, especially when taken without testing. Habit number 1, skipping breakfast. Leads to blood sugar crashes, stress hormone spikes, and low muscle energy. Habit number 2, sweet healthy snacks. Granola bars, fruit yogurts, smoothies, loaded with sugar and empty energy. Habit number 3, excess salt. Causes bloating, fatigue, and weak circulation, especially harmful for aging kidneys and muscles. Supplement number 2, vitamin D in excess. Too much can cause calcium overload, muscle pain, weakness, and kidney stress. Healthy foods that steal energy, packaged low-fat meals, protein shakes, and sugary smoothies all disrupt stable energy and digestion. A simple 3-step daily checklist to regain energy after 60. If you want to feel stronger, clearer, and more energetic, start with this. Balance your first meal. Eat within the first 1 to 2 hours of waking up. Include protein, fiber, and healthy fat. Avoid sugar-heavy starts. Review your supplements, stop guessing, get tested, eliminate duplicate doses, focus on quality, not quantity. Choose real food over packaged health products. Shop the outer aisles of the grocery store. Cook with whole ingredients when possible. Hydrate. Water is the most overlooked energy tool. You're not alone. It's not your fault if you've been misled. For decades, companies have told us what to eat, what to buy, and what to swallow, often without scientific backing or concern for older bodies. But now you're more informed. And with even a few smart adjustments, you can feel more steady and strong on your feet, less foggy during the day, more capable, independent, and joyful. The way life should feel. What's next? If this video opened your eyes, we've got something special for you. Check out our follow-up video, Top 3 Energy Boosting Foods After 60 that doctors love but few talk about. It's packed with natural, research-backed options to support your energy, mood, and muscles, without gimmicks or expensive pills. And remember, getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. It just means you need smarter tools. And that's exactly what we're here to give you. Stay well, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next video.